everyone? My name is Brandon.
I'm Gary.
You're Gary. This is Brandon and Ryan Game Talk, but Ryan couldn't be here today, so we have special guest host, Gary, to talk with us about pretty much PS5 reveal. I have a couple other
Yeah, pretty
lingering
much.
news stories, and you got a couple things to talk about, but
Yeah.
it's going to be big on the PS5 and everything that was shown off this past Thursday, which is more than I expected. So, how do we want to dive into this? Do you want to dive games first, console design first?
Um, God, I wish I'd downloaded some memes that I could send you to put up. Um, the uh, the I think maybe the console design, even though they showed it like right at the
Yeah,
end, I
right at
think
the
that's
end.
what.
But yeah, all right, I'll pull it up for everybody. If you haven't seen the design, it's it's kind of wild. I like it. I like that they went more
It
ridiculous
looks
with
like a
it.
skyscraper in Dubai.
It does. Yeah, that's all I think of. A lot of people, the biggest thing is people say it looks like a router, which I can also see that.
It looks like Seto Kaiba.
It does look like Seto Kaiba. I saw a meme where it was uh it was Cloud's Buster Sword on an angle. I thought that one was really
Kinda,
good.
I can kinda see it. Yeah,
So yeah,
I
they
don't
revealed
know.
the hardware, no price. They revealed a all digital edition too, which surprised a bunch of people. It surprised me. I didn't expect that, at least not then.
Yeah, if it's cheaper than like having the one with physical editions, I would probably buy it.
Would
But
you? Yeah. See, I want the 4K Blu-ray drive. Like I do buy a ton of games digitally, but right now, the PS4 Pro, which does do 4K, doesn't play 4K Blu-rays, which is super annoying. They got a lot of heat for that, which is probably why they highlighted that during this conference thing. But the Xbox One S plays 4K Blu-rays, so I use my Xbox the most for that, honestly.
yeah. Um, Yeah, it's weird that they can play 4K games, but not.
Yeah, and it'll
Yeah,
do 4K video, but not discs. So like, I think you can watch Netflix 4K and it'll output that way. I'm trying to find. So yeah, there's controller pictures in here too. So it's got a headset jack. The controller has a microphone on it, which we already knew.
yeah, I'm kind of a little wary about that because if you've ever been on the internet before and you've listened to people talk while you play a video game,
Mm-hmm.
I want as few people as physically possible to have a, a microphone and be yelling at me while I'm playing.
Yeah, I think I like it, but it will be abused like that, which is going to be annoying. I like it from the fact that like we've been playing a bunch of Apex, and if you're playing with random people and they're just like, "Hey, there's a dude over here" or whatever, or "Hey, there's a Spitfire," even though you can ping in that game, having a voice there every once in a while, I think could be helpful. But it's
Yeah,
not a constant open voice line, which is what's usually annoying because people are listening to music or their dog's
on the
barking in the
phone with you.
background or there's a child on their lap or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
So this here, I pulled this image up. This is of the discless one. I do like that this one is more symmetrical because the disk drive basically gives it a booty. like, I don't want the
kinda, yeah.
console. I'm going to get the one with the booty popping, but I'm sure the digital one's going to be cheaper. They haven't said that, but it would be weird if it wasn't, right? Because that's the only
Wait, that's the
difference.
size of the disk drive?
Yeah,
Oh, that fucker's gonna be big.
yeah. Yeah, this console's told. There have been some images comparing it to other consoles via the. They like scaled the size by the USB port size. People
Mhm.
did mock ups and shit like that. I don't know if it's going to fit in my entertainment center. It might have to go next to my TV.
I don't like that.
But it can go sideways. So, like, this stand that it's on kind of goes in the
Mhm.
middle of it because it's obviously not flat. It's curvy. Both of them are.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's a picture of it sideways in here. There were pictures of it sideways on Twitter and stuff, but I don't think this article has any.
Yeah, like that's how I have my PS4 now, is I have it on its side. I'd prefer to be able to just keep doing that.
The only one I ever had
Like
on the
that's how I had my
side, or
PS2
the
and
only,
my
yeah,
PS1, obviously.
the
It
only one I used it
couldn't.
vertically was the PS2.
Yeah.
But then I think I
Well,
eventually
it
switched
also
to
came with
sideways.
like that little pedestal that made it easy to do.
hmm Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if the launch PS4 came with a stand or not.
Yeah.
know if it did. Yeah, so
Mine
that's what it
did,
looks like.
that's for sure.
It looks cool. I like that it's not just a black box, which is what I was expecting it to be. Um, it seems like it's split. Some people don't like it. Some people are like, yeah, I like how futury it looks. And like Sony themselves said they wanted it to be more modern and be kind of like a piece you'd like having, and that kind of stands out, but doesn't. It's not like an eyesore. But some people think it's an eyesore. So, yeah.
I saw a mock-up of it where it was like black and purple, and I really liked that.
Ooh,
I do not like the white. Not gonna last. It's not gonna last well.
yeah.
Like I see, like
Mhm.
white plastic, it always ages and turns like yellow or some shit.
Yeah, and like I've seen examples of that, but then also my 1S still looks good, and that's white.
Yeah,
But that's after 3 years, 4 years. I don't know how long I've had it. I never use it, but so yeah, it could get yellowed, especially if you're a family that smokes. Thankfully, that's not anything I have to
yeah,
worry about. But yeah, so for me, let's get into games now. They showed a lot of games.
a ton. Yeah,
I don't know what one I'm most excited for, but the one that surprised me the most was that they announced Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, which seems like an expansion story, so it's not going to be like a full game.
a separate but equal game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as long. Yeah, you hope it fits in your gaming cubbies. Oh yeah, Benny says. I know,
Yeah,
right? But yeah, so Spider-Man Miles Morales, there's a lot of confusion because some Sony boss mentioned it as like an expansion to the original game, so then people were like, "Oh, is it going to be on PS4 then too?" So Insomniac had to come out on Twitter and say, "It's the next adventure in Marvel Spider-Man universe. We'll reveal more about this standalone game at a future date." So yeah, it's a PS5 standalone game, which makes sense because I don't know if you remember when Sony was first teasing the PlayStation 5 and like the SSD, they showed a demo of Spider-Man stuff running and him swinging faster because they could load the city faster. So that
yeah.
makes sense.
I didn't actually catch that. Like I didn't see that SSD thing, but that sounds cool.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I want to say it was like last summer they showed it, and it was like I forget what website it was, like Ars Technica or something like that, was talking with Jim Ryan or somebody, or maybe not Jim Ryan. Doesn't matter. But it makes sense that they're doing this, and like I'm stoked to play as Miles because Miles' story. Did you play PS4 Spider-Man?
I did. I didn't play all the way through it, but
Okay.
I did play it. It was fun. I got to like the first level you're playing as Miles, but before he gets like powers.
Yeah, and you never play as him with powers. It does happen at the end,
Okay.
which is cool. So I expected Spider-Man 2 when they do like a full-fledged sequel with Peter and everything. I'm sure Peter will be in this game too, but you're just probably playing as Miles the whole time. Would be a switching thing, like you'd play as Miles sometimes and then Peter Spider-Man is sometimes, because like you even played as MJ in the other one with some other style missions. I'm sure that'll keep happening too, and that could still be the sequel. But Spider-Man for
Yeah.
PS4 is amazing, and I'm excited to play as Miles and get more into that world, which then this will set up a bigger sequel for PlayStation 5 in the future. But I'm still expecting this game to be decently big. The story probably won't be as long, but you're still going to have all of New York City to explore and do side shit as Miles. So, and it's coming out holiday 2020, so it's probably a launch title, which is what excites me the most.
I would just say like if anyone wants to see like some more of Miles Morales before this game, Sony put out a really good movie like a year or so ago.
Mm.
The Into the Spider-Verse.
That's so good.
It's
I
really
loved
good.
it. Yeah.
The animation in it is just like
Hmm.
pops. It's great. I
It
love
looks like
it.
a moving comic book. Like, it's amazing.
It does.
The soundtrack's also amazing. Like, I still listen
Oh
to
my
some of it
god,
now.
Hello Danger.
Yeah. Yep. Like, I'm not scared
Yeah.
of the dark. That one always makes me sad, but it's good. Yeah, soundtrack is badass. All right. So next, huge reveal. This wasn't a surprise because I was expecting it, but I'm just as excited because I love the first game. I know you do too. Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon 2
Oh,
was announced
yeah.
officially. No date for this one though. This was the one I was expecting to be a launch title, but I'm thinking it's probably spring with Spider-Man being a launch title. They don't need to launch both of them.
Yeah. I'm sad that they didn't call it Horizon Sun Dawn.
Horizon Sun Dawn. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Horizon Forbidden West. It's
Yeah.
not a bad name, but it's not. I don't know. It doesn't like hit as hard as Horizon Zero Dawn, but that doesn't matter because the game's gonna be amazing.
'Cause yeah, it would be honestly if they just put out. They just barely have to do anything different. If they just keep the same mechanics, I'll be fine.
Yeah, like the combat's so fun, and Aloy's an awesome character. I'm excited to uncover more mysteries because that's what the first game, the story was so cool about. There are all these questions, and the answers that you get are great. And like, and she's headed west, so like they showed her in San Francisco, I think, towards the end of the trailer. But there's just different mysteries and things like that. And one of the guys from the first game who kind of gives you hints of what's going to happen in the sequel is in the trailer, so it's exciting. There was an elephant machine, right? That was the like biggest
Yeah, I
machine they
saw
showed in the
that. That was
trailer.
really cool.
Yeah, that's just gonna fuck you up.
That dragon hologram, which was cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. And then wasn't she at like a casino too somewhere?
I think so.
Yeah, so she's just uncovering all these old areas now in that world. I'm just excited to
Yeah.
be in there more because it's such an interesting story. So I don't know if we want to go through. I'm gonna kind of go down the list and let me know if you want to talk about anything more.
Okay.
So like Resident Evil 8 Village, that's cool. I didn't play 7.
Yeah,
I like Resident
I
Evil,
never
but
played 7 either, so like it looks cool. It gave me some like Resident Evil 4 vibes.
yeah, yeah, it
This is
does.
the
Like
village. Yeah.
village setting.
So that's always good to see.
It shows
Yeah,
Chris maybe being a bad guy at the end. He's shooting somebody. I don't fucking know. It didn't really look like Chris Redfield, but I know that's who it is.
it looks like Chris Redfield if he was like 50.
Yeah, yeah, which would make sense, I guess. We
Yeah.
haven't seen him since. I guess he was in Resident Evil 6, which I didn't play.
My one ask for this game is that they bring back the what do you call it? The merchant from Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah. What are you buying?
He's such a good character. I don't know why they didn't put him in more stuff.
Every once in a while, I played Bayonetta, which I'll get into more later. When you go to the merchant, he's like, "Hey, check this out. What are you buying?" He's like, "I heard that somewhere before." I'm like, "Yes." It's so corny, but it made me laugh. Yeah, so I don't know. It looks like it's. I'm assuming it's going to be in a first person, like Resident Evil 7 was, because that went over really well. But I have no idea what's going on in the story because I didn't play 7. So, yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo 7 looks like more Gran Turismo. It looks like it's a more full-fledged Gran Turismo. I don't play Gran Turismo, but I'm
Neither do I.
sure people will be excited about that. Those games sell really well. At least they used to.
Yeah.
This one,
I can't see chat.
you can't. I'll let you know if chat has any questions or anything.
Okay.
It's just Kool-Aid in the chat right now.
Yeah.
He's
What up,
just
Kool-Aid?
stoked about the Spider-Man soundtrack and yeah, hoping the PS4 fits in his console. All right. So, 2 Insomniac games at the event. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This is a full-fledged game. They made a note to mention that before they showed some more gameplay. Kool-Aid says, "Gary, why are you so handsome?"
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, have you played Ratchet and Clank? This game looks awesome. I love Ratchet.
My only experience with Ratchet and Clank is from a demo disc from like on the PS2 that also had like Sands of Time on it, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh, man,
But I
Sands of
never
Time's good too.
bought the actual game.
Okay, I've played a lot of them. My first one was Up Your Arsenal, I think, which is the third one on PS2. I did go back and play the second one. I never finished the first one because the first one is hard. They don't expand like the health mechanics or that kind of thing, but they remade the first one and added stuff to it on PS4 when the movie came out, which the movie was but the game amazing. Yeah. And then I played both of them on PS4 or PS3, and they're both really, really good. I think my favorite one was the last PS3 one, which was Crack in Time. And that's the last one in the timeline. So this one looks like it takes place after that, which is awesome. But this looks like it takes... Did you watch the trailer for this?
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
It looks like it takes advantage of the extremely fast loading times really well. Like you're going through basically these Guardians of the Galaxy style jump points and showing up in different cities, different planets instantly, and it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, you're jumping around the level by pulling yourself through them with like nothing.
Yeah, yeah, it looks cool, and like they're platformers slash third person shooters, and the
Yeah.
action's always really fun. The games are always really funny as well. I didn't Quark wasn't in this trailer, but I'm sure Quark is in the game, and he's hilarious.
I liked that they. I know something about the game is like they always have those ridiculous weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and
Insomniac's good at that.
the one where like you turn people into topiaries with like a grenade was really fun to see.
Yeah, right. The first Ratchet and Clank, one of them on PS3, was the first game I ever saw. The item was called the Groovatron, and I've seen it in games since then. Like I think Fortnite has something like that, but it's basically a grenade that makes all the enemies dance instead of fight you, and like plays like a sick beat and shit like that. And
Like
it's
the dubstep gun in Saints Row.
hmm
Yeah.
I thought that was the funniest shit. But
Yeah.
this is really exciting. There was no date on this either, but with Insomniac shipping Spider-Man at launch, and I'm sure also working on another Spider-Man sequel and working on this, they're a huge studio, but
Yeah.
still exciting that this is coming because there hasn't been a full new Ratchet since PlayStation
I
3.
don't think Insomniac has ever put out a game I objectively didn't like.
Yeah, the only one I can think of, which I didn't play, was when they were trying to be more third party. They did that
Yeah.
EA shooter, which EA tampered with pretty hard, I think, and that's why
Okay.
it was like sixes around the board. I never played it. But yeah, everything else they put out I love. Like Sunset Overdrive was that Xbox exclusive. I'm wearing a fucking Resistance 3 shirt right now. Like those were
Yeah.
shooters they made on PlayStation 3. I loved all three of them. I wish they'd make another Resistance game. God, that's another cool like alternate history World War II and on setting to deal with aliens.
Yeah.
Very cool. You hadn't played any of those? Did I ask you that?
No, unfortunately.
Those are cool. I would dig a Resistance collection because yeah, you can only play those on PS3 right now. I mean, probably play PS now, but
Which I am not paying for.
yeah, I heard it was mentioned on the Besties podcast that I just listened to this last or 2 weeks ago. I'm not caught up all the way, but Justin mentioned that if you're plugged in, PS Now works really well actually.
Yeah. I'm not, which is a problem. Like, I only get the downloadable games on there because if I was
Okay.
gonna try and play using Wi-Fi, it would stutter like a bitch.
Yeah, yeah, which is the only way I think to play PS3 games. You have to do it. You have to stream them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that game looks awesome. Excited for that. Demon Souls remake. That's exciting.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Bloodborne, so I can't wait for more games like that.
Yeah, yeah, I love Bloodborne. Demon Souls is the only Souls game that I finished besides Bloodborne. Like I finished Bloodborne. Beat Demon Souls. I never finished any Dark Souls games. I played the first one a lot. Haven't played any other
Are
ones.
you afraid of losing your I play Demon Souls clout? Since everyone
Yeah,
will play
yeah, I am. No, I'm not. I don't care. I'm excited
it.
for more people to play this game because it was a
Yeah.
PS3 exclusive. This was a big game that sold a lot of people PS3s because Sony owns the name Demon Souls, which is why From Software switched to Dark Souls so they could release it on other platforms. But
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't show any gameplay, but
If you're into video game lore, like specifically the Dark Souls and Demon Souls games,
mhm.
Vati Video does great videos on them, and like that's how I know Demon Souls is from his Demon Souls videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so
Like
long ago. Like I think it came
so
out the
up to.
same year that Uncharted 2 did, which might be 2011. No, it's not 2011. 2009. So yeah, it's only
I
it's
was but a tot.
yeah. It's made by Blue Point. So they do a lot of remasters and stuff. What else have they done? They've done Shadow of the Colossus, I know, and they had teased that they were working on a big one for PlayStation. Some people thought it was going to be like Metal Gear Solid remake because they had worked
I
on
would
like Metal Gear
love
Solid
to play
Collection
through
and
Metal
shit.
Gear Solid, but I cannot go back to those controls.
Right, which is why I would like a remake, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so what
Like a
have you
Resident
been?
Evil 2 style remake, so I don't have to deal with those fucking controls.
Right. So yeah, they've helped develop on some games. So like I guess they helped with Uncharted 2, which I didn't know. That I don't know if that's right. I also don't know if they did Gravity Rush, but they've done so they did like the Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, Metal Gear Solid HD collection, but then they did the full-on Shadow of the Colossus remake, like from the ground up remake, which was very good.
Yeah.
And like extremely well done. So I know people are going to be stoked for this, and it'll probably be a console seller for some people. No release
Yeah,
date,
it
though.
looks good to me. It's not, for me personally, it's not a console seller, but it is like a nice addition.
Right, and I don't know if it's something I'm even going to get. Probably not
Yeah.
right away unless there's nothing out. But because sometimes I get too frustrated and then I won't play it for a long time. So it's like hard for me to drop $60 if I'm going to be pounding my face in for 4 hours in the first area and then not play it anymore. It's hard for me to justify that sometimes. I am, however, excited about this next one. Deathloop finally showed some gameplay.
Oh yeah, you can feel like the bones of Dishonored in there.
Yeah, it looks so fun. Like it looks like it can be stealthy, but also super actiony at times, which is also kind of how Dishonored looks. Like so, this is developed by Arcane. They made Dishonored 1 and 2, a Bethesda-owned studio, a Bethesda published game. But this is going to be a PS5 exclusive on console, which surprised me.
Yeah, I guess they just wanted to give Arcane some money to make a game, which is good because they make good games.
Yeah, and like the biggest thing with the Dishonored games is they always review really well, but they just sell okay. So that was probably kind of an argument, or not an argument, that a discussion Sony had. They're like, hey, look, we'll give you guys money, so then you don't have to get as much money from sales to get this just on PS5. And they showed this game at E3 last year at Bethesda's conference, but there was no gameplay. They just showed a really cool like story cutscene shit that was fun, and we were all like, "Oh, that sounds cool. We need to see the game." But yeah, they dove into the gameplay and it looks awesome. I don't know. Do you think it's so? They showed the gameplay from the dude's perspective, and then right at the end, they tease playing from the girl's perspective. Well, they don't tease; they actually show it. Do you think it's you play through the game once, or you choose your character, or do you think there's a multiplayer aspect to it?
I don't know. I would like there to be like a competitive multiplayer like system would be cool.
Yeah, like we both
If
enter
you
the
have
level
to.
at the same time, and I play as one and you play as the other, and whoever.
Yeah, you would fucking obliterate me, but it would be great.
You don't know that. You're a good sniper. We found that out
I'm
in
not.
Apex.
I don't lead my shots like I should.
You'll learn, probably.
Yeah. It's just fun because people are like standing still when they're far away. You're like, I don't see anything. Like you do now, bastard.
Mm-hmm. It's probably even worse in Apex if you're shooting a Bangalore because they get faster when you hit them, so that makes it even harder. But yeah, Deathloop looks dope, and it's coming out holiday 2020. So it's like, fuck, man. Spider-Man's holiday 2020, Deathloop. There's gonna be a new Assassin's Creed I want. I'm probably gonna pick up at launch.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm kind of.
Oh yeah, the Viking one.
Yeah, Valhalla.
No game, no hype though. So I haven't seen the gameplay yet. So
I haven't
we'll
seen
see.
the gameplay yet either, but I can assume what it's gonna look like. But yeah, there's some cool ass shit coming. Fuck, man, I'm gonna spend so much money this fall. Jesus.
I'm gonna be goddamn bankrupt.
I'm gonna need to. Fuck, it sucks because I work retail, so it's like
Yeah.
I can't take a week off when this comes out because it's probably gonna be around Thanksgiving. Because I would love to just take a week and fucking play 5 new video games on my new console and do
Sell a
nothing else.
spleen, yeah.
Yeah,
To play all these games.
man, video games are so cool. Anyways, NBA 2K21, that's cool. Yeah, the guy.
It's a new NBA game.
The guy's.
So
The guy
EA
looks,
got to get that money.
yeah, the guy looks nice and sweaty.
Yeah, he's very sweaty, much sweat, very poor as well.
Sweat. Also, the Pelicans, didn't know that was a team.
Oh,
Whoops.
cool.
Oh, they opened the show. That's right. We didn't talk about this. They opened the show with the fucking biggest cock tease. God, it was such a bummer. So it's like PS5 reveal. The Rockstar logo flashes, and everyone's like, "Holy shit! They're announcing a new Rockstar game." And then it's just GTA 5 is coming to PlayStation 5.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's just like, man, what? Are they announcing GTA 6 here? Which GTA is not my favorite Rockstar franchise, and I knew it wouldn't be like a Red Dead unless there'd be like a Red Dead story expansion, which would have been rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so GTA 6, it's a cool. I mean, I get it. Rockstar's associated in GTA specifically with PlayStation pretty hard. In the
Hmm.
past, they were exclusive on PS2. It wasn't until they re-released all the PS2 ones, I think, on the OG Xbox way later, and then GTA 4 was the first one to launch alongside on
On
both
both.
consoles. But yeah, it's coming
It's,
to PS4 in the spring. It says like up-resed and shit, and then GTA Online is going to be free for PS5 users, so that's cool. You need
yeah,
PlayStation Plus
that's
to play
really
it,
cool.
but
I hope they reset the economy in that game to where I can have fun without paying for the online.
do you
They're
think
not
that's going to
gonna,
happen?
but I would like that.
I was like, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. But in my dreams of dreams, it will.
It's probably going to be even worse. Also, if you currently play GTA 4 or GTA 5 and GTA Online, they're giving away for, was it for PlayStation Plus users?
Like
Probably. Yeah, a
$1 million.
million GTA dollars every month up until it releases on PlayStation 5. So that's a cool way to
Yeah.
bank some money. I should go do that because I was saving up for the DeLorean, which I was close to getting, I think. But honestly, I never.
Unless they increase the amount of fucking money it costs
Right,
again.
it's probably cost more, and I never play the game anyway, so
Yeah,
it's not worth the
fuck
hard
it.
drive space. I don't think.
No. I had fun with that game in high school, just because there's
That's
few
the
games
same,
out there
yeah.
that let you be as big a repentant and chaos asshole as that game.
Like, when did GTA 5 come out? It was a last gen game. Was it 2013? Yeah, September
Um,
17th, 2013. So it came out a couple months before the new consoles launched.
God, 2013, 7 goddamn years ago.
Yeah, what the fuck? Also, 7 years ago, I found out to the date is when The Last of Us came out. Because I had a picture on
Wow,
Facebook.
today?
Yep, it was a Friday release 7 years ago, and Last of Us Part 2 coming out this Friday.
Yeah, still
Very
have
excited.
avoided spoilers.
I have avoided spoilers as well. I
Yeah,
saw a headline that said, "I saw the trailers, I saw the leaks, and I thought I knew what I was getting into, and I still didn't." So that's cool to hear for people
yeah,
who were spoiled. So yeah,
yeah, good for them. I hope.
next game shown, Sackboy: A Big Adventure. This game, like, Sony does a good job. They did the same thing with the PS4 reveal. I haven't seen a lot of this mentioned. I saw one person I follow on Twitter mention it, that compared it to Xbox's stuff, where Xbox, these early reveal events kind of set the tone for your console, and Sony shows everything. Like, there's some shooters, there's third-person action games because that's fucking Sony's bread and butter, but then there's like family games and like family platformer like this, racing games, sports
Yeah,
games. So they show a big variety to show, the public that, oh, there's something for everybody here. Whereas Xbox's reveal, and they've done this in the past, where it's like just mature like action shooters, and like
hmm
that's what they go for. So
yeah, that's
it's
something
not
I
the
kind of
best.
noticed when I was watching this too.
Mhm.
Is the amount of like kid-friendly games that they showed off,
Yeah,
which I
like,
think like I don't have a kid, but I do have a niece,
mhm.
so I like the idea that like, hey, my brother can play games with his daughter. Like this is
Yeah,
a good game to do that
right. And
with.
like, Kool-Aid said he likes the side scroller for the Sackboy game. Yeah, so
Yeah,
like it seemed like side scrollery, but then also, fucking nobody's gonna know this, but it reminded me of Mario 3D World for Wii U, which I know you
yeah.
haven't played because fucking I was one of less than 10 million people that played it. But it did
You
give
and
me
the
those
12 other
vibes.
people.
Yeah, me and the like four other people who played alongside me were the only ones that played Mario 3D World. But it's a really fun like four-player co-op platformer, which is what this looked like. So honestly, if this like looks good and reviews decent and it's on sale sometime, like I'd pick it up for all of us to play because like I like
Yeah.
Sackboy. He's cute and it looked fun. It looked like Mario 3D World.
I've never played any of the Little Big Planet games, but everything I've seen about them, like the amount of creativity coming out of their level
Hmm.
editor,
Yeah,
like I've always wanted to. I just never had the time.
they're fun, but they're overwhelming. And I like that this isn't the big create whatever you want. This looks like it's just a game they made, not one that you
Yeah.
also create shit in. So, and Sackboy hasn't been around since early on because there was a cross-gen Little Big Planet 3 that was like 2013 or something like that for PS3 and PS4. but it was the first one not made by Media Molecule, which I think is why it was not as great. I didn't play it. But this is made by Sumo Digital, I think the team that made Little Big Planet 3. So they do know Sackboy, and them being able to just focus on a game and not having to make those create tools, I think is good. And it's, like we were saying, another variety game that's going to come out for the system, because there's something for everyone, which is cool. And I know there's going to be games, there's something for everyone for Xbox as well. They just haven't advertised it as well as Sony has been doing and has done in the past. Like, there's always sports, racing, action, shooter, indie. There's some cool indie games we'll get to on this list too, which Xbox has shown indies. But their reveal event was mostly just like mature action, and that was it,
Yeah.
which is what a lot of people want. But you also want to get other people to that market, you know? Anyways, Hitman 3 looks cool.
I can't play those games. I'm not good enough.
Oh, really? I like Hitman, but I get in the mindset where I have to do it the way that I want to do it. So if I fuck up, then I restart it, and then that happens like 4 times, and then I stop playing it, and then I never play again. Like, I can't. Like, I've watched Cody play, and I'm like, these games look awesome. And Cody will fuck up and just roll with it, and then beat the level and be like, hell yeah, that was awesome. And I just get mad at myself. It's all on me.
You see, what I do is I fuck up, and then I fuck up some more, and then I die. I get shot in the back 5 times by a guard as I'm trying to like run to some cover because I think I'm being sneaky when I'm not.
Yeah, it's like I'll scan the areas and walk around, and I'm like, yeah, I want to poison this food and get out this way, and then I'll poison the food, and someone will see me, and then I'll try and save it and kill him and throw him in a trunk, and then someone will see that, and then it just chains, and then I'm like, fuck, and then I just stand there and get killed because I
Kill half the party and
I want to do it again. The most frustrating part for me with stealth games is having to replay stuff constantly, which is why I don't play a lot of stealth games anymore. Which, you don't have to play this as a stealth game. I just want to. Personally, I want to, and then I get mad.
You can't take a ton of damage, and there's no way of healing. So it's not great as a shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why Assassin's Creed's a good one, at least in the past, where I've been able to do everything stealthy that I want without having to replay or wait in the same spot for 5 minutes to learn patrols. But that's why, like, certain Splinter Cell games,
jump on down and stab that man.
Yeah, like certain Splinter Cell games have been too tough for me, and I hate replaying content. There's too many video games, Gary. I can't play the same level 20 times in one game. That's my problem.
I understand entirely. Yeah.
Yeah. So now this next one, I was excited about, but I'm a little less excited about now that we actually showed some gameplay. Ghostwire Tokyo, PS5 gameplay. This is another Bethesda game they showed last year. They just showed a cutscene of, and there was that like cute director who was there. Like, she was really goofy and fluffy on stage, and everyone loved her.
Yeah.
And then she quit like 2 months later. So everyone was worried about this game, and the trailer they showed at the PS5 reveal looked cool, and then they showed gameplay, and I'm like, it's kind of cool. It's first person, and it looks more actiony than horror, and I think that's what caught me off guard.
It looked like it could be awkward to play.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like it wasn't going to be like super sharp and focused. It looked like all those like hand signs and shit you were doing. Like, I hope
like
it's good, but
I hope
it
it's
looked
good too.
kind of.
And some of this
It
comment,
reminds me of Naruto.
oh,
Like
okay.
the jutsus.
I could see that, yeah. For my very minimal Naruto knowledge, I could see that. But the world still looks interesting, and like there's these weird, you're solving these paranormal shit and fighting these ghosts and whatever that nobody else can see, and like you're ripping hearts out of these things and killing them, and that kind of thing was cool. It's almost more actiony than I want it to be. Like, I think I wanted more of a horror. I don't really know what I wanted, but it didn't excite me like I wanted it to from seeing the trailer last year. So I don't know. We'll see. It's still pretty far off, I think. It's 2021. So who knows, maybe with some more polish and the world can be interesting enough and the combat could be fun. But Okay, on to another game that I am less excited about after seeing the reveal. Godfall. They showed some gameplay of. Had you heard of Godfall before this? Because they talked about it previously.
Yeah, I think it was in like E3 like a year or so ago.
Yeah, I think it was only last year, and it was announced as like a PS5 game.
Yeah.
So it sounded like they made it sound like it was like a third person um, looter shooter, but without the shooting, like a melee looter. So it's described kind of like a Destiny, but as melee, and I was like, I'm into that. And then the
Yeah.
gameplay it showed looks fine. I don't know. It doesn't look
Yeah.
amazing. It's going to be a launch title, I'm assuming. Yeah, holiday
There was
2020.
a game on the Xbox 360 called Too Human,
That's what
and it
I
looked
was
a
expecting you to say
lot
that.
like Too Human.
Yeah, and
Like, eh,
Too Human was another one that I was stoked for because it gave me Diablo vibes. And then it came out and I saw it, and then I was just like,
hot trash, yeah.
yeah. It got like fives and sixes, I think, and then the studio shut down because I think it was
They
advertised.
actually had to like pay the people money. You actually can't find that game anymore. They were sued.
Oh yeah, that's right. They got taken off all the shelves and everything. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I don't know. This game, we'll see. It's always I always give games more of a pass if they look just okay if they're a launch title because it's like okay we're pushing this new hardware, we're gonna be a game on the shelves when the console comes out. Like the
Yeah.
melee combat could be fun and the loot grind could be addicting, and that's really all you need. But it just looked not as polished, I guess, as I wanted it to. I don't know. We'll see more when it gets closer because I think you can play a multiplayer as well, but they didn't show that, so I don't know. This next one looks really cool. Also, I didn't know it was Capcom's first new IP in like 4 years. Pragmata, revealed from Capcom.
Oh yeah, that looked really cool.
Looks cool as shit. It's where the astronaut is in kind of a Dead Spacey suit, and then he's
Yeah,
scanning
and
this
then there's like the
area.
robot girl.
Yeah, like this girl came up, and then there was like a hollow cat that showed up with his scan, and he's in a city, but then he blasts a hole in the ceiling of the city, and it looks like a simulation studio almost.
Did you ever play Prey?
No,
Okay.
I played the demo
That
for
was
it.
another. I think that was by Arcane Studios as well.
Yes,
Um,
it was.
there is a big at the beginning of the game. You actually find out like you're living in a simulation. Like
Yeah,
you
because
take
that
a
was in the
helicopter
demo.
ride, and it reminded me a lot of that.
Yep. Yeah, now that you say that, it does give me that kind of a vibe. But it looks really cool. It was just a CG trailer, so there was no gameplay, and the game is years out. It's like 2022, yeah. But it looks really cool. Like, the trailer's super interesting. I want to know what the game's going to be. Is it going to be like third person action, survival horror? I have
Yeah,
no idea. It
yeah.
looked
No
rad.
game, no hype, but it does remind me of Nier Automata, which was a good game.
Yeah, Nier's very good. I only ever did one ending of Nier, one of the four.
One of many. Yeah.
Yeah, I did some of the like joke ones, but the four main ones I
The
only
one
did.
where you tear your own brain out. Yeah.
Yep, I did that one. I also walked the wrong way a couple times intentionally. Those are different endings.
Yeah.
And they're like, he walked away
I walked the
and was
wrong
never
way
seen again.
unintentionally once and got an ending.
Really?
I'm like, shit, I don't want to end the game. I just want to get to the place.
Yeah. So that looks cool. I'm sure we'll see some gameplay hopefully like next year of this game. Capcom has been making a lot of good shit over the last few years, so I'm into it. They were in a rough patch around like when Resident Evil 6 came out because it was eh.
Yeah.
But then once they hit, I think it was that first year Resident Evil 7 came out. People loved that game. Then the next year was Resident Evil 2. This or no, it actually started with Monster Hunter World, and then the next year was Resident Evil 7. Then Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 8 looks cool. This game looks sweet. Like Capcom's been making good shit, and the RE engine is beautiful. So to keep using that for games, I'm in.
Yeah.
So this next game, it's more of a tech demo. Astro's Playroom.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be another family game they were trying to sell, but it's actually preloaded on every PlayStation 5, and it's designed to show off how new features of the DualSense controller work and
Yeah.
show you that feedback, show you the haptic triggers and all that shit. So it's
I'm
cool.
interested to see how the haptic triggers work.
Yeah, the Xbox One has them, but they're not super in depth. This one sounds like it's more so just like rumble in the triggers. Whereas with this, it sounds like there's gonna be like good tension and resistance. So like especially in Horizon or something, you'll feel that like tenseness. It'll be harder to press to simulate.
My only worry is that if I'm in a hurry or something and I'm pulling on that trigger and I just get pissed, I'm just like break my controller.
You like push too hard against it and like fuck it up
Oh
or
no.
something.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're prepared for that and that doesn't happen. But yeah, this looks cool. The Astrobot shit was a way to show off. There was an Astrobot demo, something kind of like this in the PS4 as well. So it makes sense that they're showing off the DualSense technology. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oddworld Soulstorm was announced. Oddworld has never
Never
really
played
done
any of the
anything.
old Oddworld games, but they always look good.
Yeah, this one looks cool. I probably won't play it because I'm never super into Oddworld.
I'm not a big platformer fan either.
I like platformers, but I'm super picky with them, which I honestly think is the general population as well, which is why we don't see a lot of platformers anymore. It's like
Yeah.
Mario and Ratchet and Clank, and then you get some more indies now, like Ukulele and shit. But that's like it. I don't know. The trailer was a mix of like funny and serious, which I thought was clashed a little bit tonally. But I think the Oddworld games are historically more funny, so it'll probably be more of a goofy game once it actually comes out. But I don't know. So that's coming if you're into that.
Yeah.
Oh, this game. Fuck, I forgot about this. Returnal, Housemarque's new game. Housemarque, if you don't know, made like Resogun, Super Stardust HD, Alien Nation, which was a really fun. They're like top-down twin-stick arcadey shooters like Bullet Hell. But then I think it was after their game after Alien Nation came out, where they're like, arcade's dead. Our shit just doesn't sell as well as we needed to. So then they shut down. They didn't shut down the studio. They stopped making those kind of games, and then they teased a battle royale that they were making, and then they stopped that, and they shifted all their development to a big like AAA game, which this is that game, and I believe it's a PS5 exclusive. It looks really good.
What's the name of this game again?
Returnal. It's the one where you play as that like older lady who dies, comes back, basically like live, die, repeat on
Oh
this
yeah, it
alien
looks
world.
cool. Yeah.
It looks like it's like a
Big
third person
focus
shooter.
on time loops this season for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely did. Because it was like that Prey DLC, I think, has something like this too.
Yeah.
But this looks like almost like a third person bullet hell a little bit. Because some of the enemies were shooting bullet hells like an arcade game would at you, so you're dodging around and shooting that shit. It looks really
Yeah.
cool, and I like mysteries. Like, this looks like an alien mystery. It gave me Alien, the movie vibes, because there is like a parasite that jumps on her arm once and like fucks her up. So, I don't know. I'm into that. I like exploring alien worlds and figuring out what happened. So, that's cool. I don't know when it's coming out,
Yeah.
but looks rad. This game, the only reason I'm excited for this game is if it's cheap at some point and all of us get it. That Destruction All Stars, that like Destruction Derby
hmm
game.
Like that's exactly what I was thinking with it. Like I would buy it if it was on sale.
Yeah, like if I
I
had
wouldn't
it,
drop
if you
it.
had it, if Dylan had it, if Kool-Aid had it, if Ryan had it, like it's a PvP Destruction Derby game where you can get out of your car as well and then like hop on other people's cars and fuck their shit up.
And
So
then there's like the environment which is trying to fuck you up too. So
yeah, it gave me like Arena Combat, Twisted Metal, Rocket League vibes without the sport and without like darkness.
yeah.
Like more of an esports Destruction Derby style presentation vibe. Like there's a character who's like a tiger, and there's like a lucha wrestler, and there's like this guy that looks like Genji, and it looks like it could be cool. I don't know if it will be, but it could be. I don't know. It's made by developer Lucid. Have you heard of them? Have they made anything notable in the past? Let's see. Lucid Games. Is this the right developer? They're a British developer. In development studio developing cutting edge games. They made a game called Switchblade. I don't know what that is. And then Geometry Wars, some of these Jacob Jones
I've
Bigfoot
heard of
Mystery.
Geometry Wars.
Yeah, they made the third one, I guess. I don't know. They've only been around since 2011, so like 9 years. So they've made some games before. Nothing that I've
Mhm.
played. So potentially interesting. It would be cool if it was like a PlayStation Plus game. So then all of us
Yeah.
had it. That would be rad. So this next one you were super stoked about, I also thought looked pretty cool. That new Square IP called Project Athia.
Yeah.
It looks like a
It
third
just looks
person.
really cool. It makes magic look cool. Like,
Yeah, did you watch that Unreal Engine 5 demo from a few weeks
yeah,
ago?
I did. It gave me those big
When
vibes.
this started, I'm like, shit, is that Unreal Engine actually a game? Even though they said it
Yeah.
wasn't? That's what it gave me vibes from, because she's like jumping around and then yeah. But this
The
looks,
vines.
yeah, this looks darker and creepier and I'm into it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, one of the video game group of people that I listen to, Gary Whitta works with them sometimes. He's a Hollywood writer. He wrote Rogue One. He's wrote like Book of Eli, some other good movies. He's like leading a writing team for this game, so that's cool. I'm more
I
into
liked
it.
Rogue One, and
Yeah,
I like Book of Eli, so.
yeah. So like he's a good writer, so I'm into that. But it's also designed exclusively for the PlayStation 5, and it was confirmed to be a PS5 console exclusive, which I didn't know at the time. So that's cool. It looks
Yeah.
cool. It's probably a while out still, but they've showed a lot of games. Holy shit.
Yeah.
This also, the list we're going through isn't the order they were revealed, because like the first thing was GTA 5, then Spider-Man, and Horizon was like right at the end. So I think this is
Yeah.
just whoever. I should actually credit who fucking put this together. That's my bad. This is an IGN article by Tom Marks, who basically compiled everything. So thank you. Next is Stray, that game where I'm assuming you play as the stray cat in this world
Yeah.
without humans.
I don't think I saw any gameplay there, but it's an interesting concept with a good with a good art
Art style.
direction. So I'm
Yeah, like the art direction looked cool. The robots seemed cool. It's basically, it was like a cinematic trailer of this cat going around to these different shops that are all run by robots, and there's graffiti on certain parts of the wall, like all humans gone and shit like that. So it's like, it's another game like before where there's a mystery of what's going on and you don't know, which I'm into. I also like cats, so I'm into that. I don't know if I'll
yeah.
get it when it comes out, but maybe. Never know.
The cat's adorable.
Yeah, cat with a backpack. So,
Yeah.
release date 2021. That's what it said. This next game, initially, I was like, it seems fine. The Kenya, Bridge of Spirits 3D action
Oh
game.
yeah, that looks
It
cool.
looked cooler once I saw more gameplay. I still don't know
Yeah.
if it's something I'm gonna pick up, but she also has these little like black blob things that follow her around that she protects. It gave
Yeah.
me Pikmin vibes at one point when she was doing a puzzle, because you command all of them to like move this rock. But then it's also
Yeah.
just like a third person melee game because she's fighting this creature. The coolest part was when she killed this one basically like dead looking thing in an area, and once it died, the art just changed and it flipped to like a living area, which was cool. So it went from dark to all the grass and all the trees going like real time, which was rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, looked cool. That's another thing of
Kind
like,
of gives me like Ori feels almost.
yeah, it did kind of look like that with kind of like the bright colors and the little bit of cartoony
Yeah.
art style. It's just another variety that they've been showing. So this next one, Goodbye Volcano High, I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of visual novel slash adventure
You know
game.
your boy's gonna get it.
It gave me Gary vibes, but I didn't want to say that. It's all these
Fucking
basically,
dinosaur dating sim? Hell yeah, let's do it.
yeah,
I
it's
already
like
dated a tank
it's like a
and
high
a pigeon.
school dinosaur game. Like you play it,
Yeah.
but they look like people, but then they have like horns or whatever, and they're dinosaurs. And is this game gonna end with a meteor hitting and killing everybody?
I hope so.
Because the trailer kind of gave that vibe. They're burning this yearbook called Volcano High, and then the trailer comes up and it says "Goodbye Volcano High," and a meteor comes through the circle
It
of the
gives
title.
me very big Night in the Woods vibes.
Okay, I never played Night in the Woods. I'm trying to think of one.
It's like a feels kind of game. Like it's almost a platformer, almost a visual novel,
Is
where
it?
you play as this 19-year-old like college
Oh,
dropout going
okay.
back to their hometown,
Gotcha. Yeah, I
and
never
all the
played this.
characters are sailed after animals. It's very good, and I cannot complete it because I get too emotional.
Oh, really?
Because it just feels like so much like where I'm at in my life. So I'm like, I can't keep looking at this. I'll
Like
just stare
this?
in a mirror if I
Like
want
this
this
is how you
feeling.
feel? There's an image of a dog and a cat sipping soda behind a counter, and the cat is saying, "Everything sucks forever."
Yeah, that's a pretty good demonstration of that game.
I mean, I feel that
Everything's
sometimes, but yeah, that's 2021. You'll have to let me know how that is, Gary, because I'm probably not gonna play
I'm yeah, I'm gonna play it.
it. All right, the next thing that was revealed, Jet, the Far Shore, revealed for holiday 2020. This one very much gave me like Star Trek vibes. Like you're just going to different planets and you're exploring. It was a very
Yeah,
far, almost like an isometric view of the jet flying around these planets really fast. But it looks like you're just
yeah.
exploring. But it looked
It
pretty.
gave me like almost flower. Like it almost
Yeah,
felt like yeah.
yeah, that's a good way to put it, like that perspective, but as a jet on these different planets. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Could be interesting. The
I'm gonna
next,
have to see if there's more than just flying around going
right? Like
on.
if it's just that, I don't know. We'll know soon enough because it's holiday. So the next one looks really cool. Now I never played. This is from the Hyper Light Drifter guys. I never played any of those games, but
I
they
keep wanting to
announced
play it. Like I
Solar
keep seeing
Ash.
it on sale, but then there's something else that I want.
They might be on Game Pass, so maybe I'll hop on my Xbox and try them sometime. But yeah, Solar Ash looked really cool.
Yeah. The only problem is no game, no hype. I didn't see any gameplay.
Yeah, they show gameplay when it drops into that cave. They show it. You run around. I think that felt to me like the start of a game because you
Yeah.
drop down, you're hurt in this cave, you get up, and then you start to walk a little bit, and then he like skates on his like basically light roller skates, and then
Hmm.
you have this big Breath of the Wild moment when he walks out of the cave where the camera turns and he's upside down, and then this creature comes under him, and you drop on it, and then the title screen popped.
Oh yeah.
So it looked like a third person like speed platformer almost
Yeah.
with a really cool art style.
It looks cool. So
Yeah, it was previously revealed, I guess, as Solar Ash Kingdom, but the name just got changed to Solar Ash.
yeah. It's a snappier name.
Yeah, if you don't know, I'll just pull up some screenshots because the art style is very distinct.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, yeah. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's very stylistic. It gives me like almost Tron vibes, but with more color.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
It's like you're ice skating on the environment, which looks cool.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So this next one, Little Devil Inside, that one looks like it looks cool. I know Kool Aid was really excited for it. The art style looks more, I don't want to say kiddie, but more cartoony. But the game does not look like that. Like it looks a little goofy, but there is some like darkness and monsters. And you're
Yeah.
playing. It looks like on one side you're playing as this adventurer, and then the other side you're playing as this old guy in a house. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I had to Google it.
Yeah, it looks cool, and like the combat
Yeah.
looked brutal at times. Like he throws a grappling hook on this big creature's body once and like pulls it off, and its head explodes or something, and it died. And I was like, oh shit, this game's not fucking around. But yeah, look cool. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
probably not something I'm gonna pick up, but
It looked cool enough. If I see good reviews for it, I'll probably pick it up. I like the art style. It looks very kind of like what do you call it? The Little Prince or like papercraft almost.
yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it actually. Then the next one, um, I don't know what this game is gonna be like gameplay wise. Bug Snacks. It's made by the Octodad people. It
Yeah.
looks funny for sure.
This is a game I would play with like my little brother or my niece. Like I
Okay.
would
Yeah.
play it.
Dylan's like, this is probably the only game that I really want that they showed off today because I liked Octodad. I liked
Yeah.
Octodad for like,
Octodad.
A half
real
an
quick,
hour.
Octodad is on that equality sale from
Oh,
itch.
is it?
Yeah, so
Nice.
if you want to pick it up, it's there.
Sweet. Yeah. Octodad is one of those games where the controls are intentionally frustrating and
Yeah.
unresponsive for aspects of like comedy, but that got old with me pretty quick. I was like, all right, this is done being funny, and I'm just annoyed.
You can play it to where with 4 people, where everyone is controlling a limb,
Oh
and I feel
god,
like that would be fun.
that sounds awful. That would be fun for a
That would
little
be
while.
that would be really fun. It's just like Dylan, grab the fucking jar, Dylan.
I think I'd get frustrated. I'd have to be like drunk, and then it wouldn't bug me as much. But if I was like actually trying to beat the level, then it would piss me off. After a
Yeah.
while, it would be funny for a bit, and then I'd just be like, nope, hate it.
It'd be great for a stream.
That's true. Yeah, it would be good for that. I didn't know there was an option to do that.
Yeah.
All right,
I
that's all
saw
the
people
games.
do it back when that game was new.
Yeah, that's all the games from the PS5 event.
Yeah.
Trying to think if I have any specific. Oh, okay. So this was actually before the PS5 event, but the PlayStation Sony CEO got asked if there were going to be if the PS5 games were also going to be on PS4, like the Xbox is doing. If you don't know, like Series X games are going to be playable on the old hardware for like up to 2 years. Um,
Hmm.
and I didn't think Sony would do this. I personally was hoping they wouldn't because I want them to be able to take full advantage of the hardware and design games
Hmm.
specifically for that. And that's what they're doing. They're not interested in making PS5 games run on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I've heard that their sales strategy was trying to get people to buy into the PS5 as soon as possible,
Right, which makes
and
sense.
have
And
new
like,
games reversed. It's not
if I'm like, I want Xbox to do well, but if I'm
hmm.
buying a new console, I want the games to not be hampered by the least common denominator, which at this
Yeah,
point for Xbox is the OG Xbox One, the fucking thick boy. I
yeah.
don't want Halo Infinite to not be as pristine because it has
As
to run on
sexy
that
as
old hardware.
physically possible. Yes.
Yeah. So that annoys me, so I'm glad PlayStation isn't doing that. That's all I got for PS5 news. Is there
Yeah.
anything you want to mention specifically about PS5 before we move to other stuff? It looks cool. I'm
Um.
excited. I want to buy it. It's going to be expensive.
Yeah. Price, motherfucker. Do you have it?
Now, the only thing that worries me,
Yeah.
if with them announcing the all digital one, is that
Yeah.
the one with the disc drive is going to be like $600, and then the all digital is going to be 500.
I get most of my games digital these days anyway.
Yeah,
I'd like to be able to buy disc, but I can't. Like, if it's gonna be like an extra $100 or so,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm hoping that it's 500 and 400.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to be 600 and 500. I hope that's not what it is, but we'll see soon enough because it's coming out on holiday. The nice part is if I'm still working retail, I'm just gonna wait in line and use my discount. That'll save me 50, $60, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see the price and then more news and more stuff about Spider-Man and everything because that's I think gonna be a launch game because it just says holiday 2020, which makes sense. I'm surprised though that the new Call of Duty wasn't there, honestly, because Call of
Yeah.
Duty's had a big partnership with Sony, and this is the longest. This is the closest to the fall we've been without knowing what the new Call of Duty is. Granted, Call of Duty's usually not for me, but I
Yeah.
still like to see
The
it.
new Call of Duty is going to be a Call of Duty game,
And
and
it's gonna,
that's you
it's
already know what that's gonna be.
even though it's gonna also be on PS4 and Xbox One, like
Hmm.
it's still gonna sell new consoles. Like people are gonna buy a PlayStation 5 and buy Call of Duty with it.
Yeah.
So I would have thought it would have been there. But yeah, unless Sony doesn't have that deal with Activision for the next ones, who knows? Because this whole generation, it's been PlayStation like paired marketing deal with Call of Duty.
I think Call of Duty just shacks up with whoever sold the most consoles.
Yeah, because it
Because like
flipped.
last generation in the Xbox, it was the Xbox 360.
Yep. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was hand in hand with that console and with Microsoft, and then it just it switched right away. So this is kind of a fun thing. I know I don't think you can see what I show. Do you remember that Playdate console that got announced? That one with the crank
No.
on the side of it? It looks like a Game
Oh
Boy.
yeah,
Yeah, so they showed this. I pulled. Oh, this is a couple weeks ago because we haven't done the show in a bit. This is from Zach Zuizen on Kotaku. There's a handheld version of Doom that's being made for it right now. I don't know if it's the full game, but they use the crank to control the chain gun, and it shows Doom Guy you're using the D-pad, and then as you crank it, you walk forward and the chain gun works. And I'm like, that's really fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching on the Twitch right now. That looks awesome.
Okay. Yeah. This console was supposed to come out this year. I know I'm on the list to get an email for it. It's gonna be over $100, and like I remember showing Dylan, and he's like, "Oh, I want it." He's like, "It's the most hipster console I've ever seen,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Yeah, that fits it. That's right up your alley." So,
I was just thinking about that like the other day. Like, I wonder whatever happened to that.
yeah, this was the
It's-
first thing I had seen honestly in a while. So yeah, it's the first playable version of Doom on the Playdate. Still very early, but I guess I will cross out Port Doom from my bucket list.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay, Carrie. Bye, Carrie.
Yeah, so some other news that has happened since we were last live, the Pokemon Sword and Shield Isle of Armor DLC drops June 17th, which is this week, I think Thursday? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Comes out on Wednesday. So that's cool. I was excited for Pokemon DLC, but The Last of Us is coming out on Friday, so I'm not getting this right away.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. I don't have a Switch right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I got an offer to buy a Switch Lite, which is
Yeah, don't buy a light. What you should do, you should talk to Ryan, because I think he's got a Switch to sell, and you might be able to get a good deal on a regular one.
that would be good.
Yeah, get with him. I wouldn't buy a light. Personally, I wouldn't. Yeah, Isle of Armor.
Then I can also play Animal Crossing, which looks lovely.
Hell yeah, Animal Crossing is awesome. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning remaster leaked online.
The Re-Reckoning. I
And then
love
got
that
confirmed.
title.
Yeah.
That's the best fucking video game title I've ever heard.
Yeah, August 18th it's coming out.
Yeah.
So I never finished Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. It was a really fun action role-playing game that
Yeah.
has a cool story. Like, it's written by R.A. Salvatore, and then I also think the Spawn guy was involved, right?
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to scroll through this article. This is from Charlie Hall at Polygon. Because, yeah, THQ Nordic bought the IP, but they didn't own the rights to the first game still. They would have had to get with EA, so they must have gotten with EA and paid them something. But,
Cool.
Todd McFarlane, that's the dude's name. So, yeah, Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane, R.A. Salvatore, and some other people who worked on, or no, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion lead designer, all among the creative team. But yeah, so that's cool.
It's got a good pedigree. Unfortunately, I never played the first one, but it comes highly recommended to me, so I do want to play it sometime.
Yeah. Well, that's the only one. So that is the first one.
Well, the
The original, you mean?
original.
Okay. Yeah, it's a huge game too. Like,
The
you'll get
Reckoning,
your
not the
money's worth.
Re-Reckoning.
You'll get your money's worth in that game for sure, because that game is huge. A sad news, Gary. Fast and Furious Crossroads got delayed until August. I know you were hoping. you were
I
waiting
know this game
patiently to play it.
with Bald Boy,
This game's gonna be
And-
bad.
his wife
Yes,
is married.
Letty?
Okay,
he is married.
okay.
That is a spoiler for one of the movies. All right. So yeah, that
And
got
they
delayed.
are family, and they do a car very fast.
Right. So this game's not going to be good, but I love Fast and Furious, so I'm just watching it closely. I know it's not going to be good though. But then, good news: Sonic the Hedgehog is officially getting a sequel movie. It's in development.
Okay.
Jeff Fowler back to direct. No word on casting or production. I assume Jim Carrey, James Marsters, and the dude who voices Sonic are coming back. It would be weird if they didn't. But I am going to let you take the reins for a second and talk about that indie stuff, because I really have to pee.
Okay.
Hold the show, Gary. Yeah, talk about the games. The
Yeah,
$1,000
okay,
game, or the 1,000 game bundle.
Itch.io released a bundle for racial equality where basically half of the proceeds are going to the NAACP, half of them are going to Black Lives Matter, I believe. But yeah, profits from it are being split 50-50. There's about 1,000 games on there for $5 is the minimum to get all the games, but it's literally 1,000 games. And there's a couple of like really good ones that people might have heard of on there that I think justify spending the $5. There's games like Oxenfree. It's a supernatural thriller about a group of friends unwittingly open a ghostly rift, and then you have to do puzzles and things and like uncover like the ghosty shit, which is awesome. I played a little bit of it on Xbox. It was had a lot of fun. I can't wait to go back to it. There is there's a lot of like interesting looking indie games that I probably wouldn't have bought otherwise, but they're on there and they look interesting. Like Tonight We Riot, which is a revolutionary crowd based retro brawler. I like Streets of Rage, so I think I'd like this. There's a bunch of dating games, which is my thing because they're weird. Um, there's Celeste, which brave hundreds of handcrafted challenges as you help Madeline survive her journey to the top of Celeste Mountain. It's won a bunch of awards, particularly soundtrack, like a year ago or the year before. I've heard nothing but good things about this game, and I can't wait to play it. And I got it for $5, and I helped people. There's Minute, which is a nice little like roguelike game, kind of done in a black and white, like Game Boy esque style, where you get 60 seconds to play at a time. And everything I've heard about it is that it's good and that it's an interesting little game. And
It's fun.
it's only $5 to get this and literally 1,000 games, and you help people.
Yeah,
It's
like that's
probably
crazy.
the best games deal of the summer, and it's goes to charity.
Right, and yeah, the cause is great for it. You should actually send me the link after the show. I'll put it in the description of the video just to make it easy
Yeah.
for people to find. Because yeah, it's like Celeste is worth it alone, and there's what 999 plus other games.
Yeah.
Celeste is one of the best games I played over the last couple of years.
And it's got Oxenfree, which was very fun. And it's got
You said Octodad. Did you mention that again?
yeah, Octodad.
Oh yeah.
And
I
just
forgot about
so many like weird dating sim games, if that's your thing. Like there's speed dating for ghosts, which was very fun.
that sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. It is. You help an old lady, like help someone into the afterlife. It's nice.
Oh,
It's like
nice.
an old lady ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like feel
You
good.
help a
I
ghost
like
rob a bank. It's awesome.
that. All right, I'm trying to
You
think
date a party demon.
if I have any other. Sometimes I'll
There's
just throw shit
also
on Twitter and save those articles. Oh yeah, do you remember the rumors for? So there's rumors for Xbox to have an all digital console called Microsoft Lockhart that's going to be cheaper as well. It's been rumored and leaked for the last like year, but then also there were rumors that it was canceled. Jason Schreier, now Bloomberg journalist, video game journalist, was like, "LOL, Sony announced Lockhart before Microsoft did," because they just
yeah.
announced they're all digital at the event, which surprised a shit ton of people and me. But like,
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of common, you know. It's hard to, so long as it's not like forced online to play, I'm okay with it.
yeah, and I don't think it will be. I don't think they'd make the mistake. I did find this fun tweet, all aboard the hype train, and there's a literal train with The Last of Us Part 2 shit all over it. God damn, I'm excited for The Last of Us.
Yeah. Choo choo.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
I'll start it on Saturday, I think. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play it Friday.
I don't have any plans to buy it just yet.
Did you play the first one, right?
I did, and it destroyed me emotionally.
That game is heavy, but it's
Yeah.
good. I replayed it again recently. Yeah, we might as well get into what we've been playing. I replayed The Last of Us last weekend, and I knew it was heavy, and man, it's still heavy.
That dude, like, I think the first bit that really got me is when that kid gets bit, and then his brother has to shoot him, and then he shoots himself.
God, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Like, because I was doing that that part obviously, and I knew the younger brother got bit. I don't remember their names. Sam, I think, was the younger brother.
I
Can't remember the older brother's name.
I'm bad with names.
But I remember him getting bit. I knew he was gonna get bit, and then I was like, huh, maybe the older brother will be in the next game. Like, it just completely wiped my mind.
Nope.
And then that scene happened. This was last Friday night. I did that part, and I was like, fuck. And it's instant. He just, like, he's
I had
writing
to
Joel,
set
it's
down
his
the
fault, and then he
controller
just
and
quick,
go
boom.
outside.
What's that?
I had to set down the controller and go outside.
Yeah,
after
I
that.
stopped. I was like, that's a good place to stop for tonight. And then I finished the rest of the game the next day. But I was like, fuck, man, because they're with you for a while.
Yeah, and they're so helpful and cool, and then nope.
Yeah, that one sits with you. I always cry at the beginning of the game when Sarah dies.
Yeah.
And then the end is obviously insane. I don't know anything about part 2, really at all, except for an old
I
E3.
feel like Ellie knows.
Yeah, the way she talks to Joel, where she's like, "Hey, what you told me about there is true or whatever," and he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay." It's kind of an okay where she doesn't believe him, but she has to because they're close.
What are
and
you gonna
friends.
do now? They're full of holes.
Right? Yeah, and she can't. So yeah, I think she knows as well, but is what it is. And so the reviews dropped. I didn't look at intricacies for the reviews. It seems 80% extremely positive, like it's getting perfect scores around the board as far as it being a extremely great, deep narrative, but it's extremely heavy, extremely violent, and it seems like 20% of the reviews think that it's violence for the sake of violence and they don't like it. But majority love it and love the story, even though it is very, very heavy and like depressing.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing things about it being like, oh man, The Last of Us 2 is just going for all out violence and too much violence and violence. And it's like, the first one is also extremely violent. It just doesn't look as pretty or real. So.
Yeah, I mean, I brained so many fungus zombies.
Yeah, and Joel is fucking pounding faces in, and people are getting stabbed in the head.
With
Like,
a brick, yeah.
And like that part where Ellie's captured and he wakes up because he got hurt. So he's trying to find her, and he captures 2 of the dudes, and he like stabs him in the knee and is like ripping kneecaps off, and like,
yeah.
The first one is just as violent. Well, I can't say just as violent because I haven't played part 2, but yeah.
Maybe they actually show you the fucking kneecap separated. You know?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited for that. That game's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be one that I can marathon. I'm probably gonna have to take breaks because I know it's gonna be heavy. So, yeah. Have you seen this? Did I show you the DJ Shaq fan account?
You have.
Okay.
I follow you on Twitter.
Okay, there was a really good one for Luigi's Mansion training theme.
Yeah.
It's probably muted because I think I have Twitter muted. There we go. This guy posts like multiple ones a day. It's so good.
Okay.
I shouldn't love
Let
it
me
as much as I do.
unmute the Twitch so I can hear it. Unmute the Twitch so I can...
There we go, start it over. So it's when you're in like Professor Egad's shack outside in the first Luigi's Mansion. Did you ever play Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah.
Okay. It's so good. Anyways. That's one of the small things that makes me happy.
Yeah. It's good.
But what else? I played and finished the first Bayonetta long while I was playing The Last of Us. So that was really good. I never had played that besides a demo before. Very actiony, very...
Never played it. I want to.
Very horny / very sexy game. Which I was fine with.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was a good time. But the combat's really fun. Yeah, that was good. We've been playing Apex Legends a lot. I also started playing Destiny 2 again. So me and my friend Ryan from North Carolina are getting back into that. So my rotation will probably be Apex Legends with you guys, Destiny 2, and then The Last of Us. What?
2 fun games and then a downer.
Yeah, exactly. What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Apex with you. I played a little bit of that Battlefront game. It is not for me.
I deleted
Like,
it because yeah, you didn't seem into it, and Dylan didn't seem into it, and it was taking up 115 gigabytes on my hard drive. So I just deleted it again.
I'm enjoying the campaign of that game, but I'm not gonna play the multiplayer anymore.
Yeah, the
You just
campaign's pretty short too, I think. So
you start out and then you just get your shit wrecked by Luke Skywalker.
yeah, I was watching you and Dylan play it that one night, and it was just he said once a hero shows up, you get fucked because
Yeah,
the people who play
once
heroes are
the first
good.
person to earn a hero, they win the game. Like,
Yeah. He said every once in a while there's somebody who doesn't know how to play as the hero, and then it's not as bad. But the game's been out for so long that almost everyone's good with them, so they just wreck face.
yeah,
That's fun.
it's a lot of fun to be in like a chicken walker in that game because you just
Okay.
run around blowing dudes up and it's great.
Yeah.
But
The
then you die and then you're back to being just some fucking loser.
the game looks really pretty. Like I was watching Dylan play and I was like, this game is gorgeous. But
It
yeah.
looks really good. The 5 seconds between getting my shit reined in by Luke fucking Skywalker.
Yeah. I played the first one a lot actually, and that was the one that was only was online only. For the most part, there was like a horde style mode that was pretty bare bones, but I remember that one being fun, and I played it a lot, and the heroes weren't ultra overpowered, but I don't know. We played a lot of later on. We played like heroes and villains, so it's like your team is 3v3, where three people
Mhm.
plays heroes, three people plays villains, and it's just that versus each other. I remember that being fun too, but not for more than a couple nights playing, and like that was it.
Yeah. I've been playing a shit ton of Dungeons and Dragons. That's not a video game. That's just my life.
That's just a game. How many
Yeah.
days a week do you play? Because we play Thursdays.
Yeah, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 days a week.
Yeah, because you have a session today, right? You usually go and play after
I
the show.
do. I don't know that I want to though. I don't have that in that session. I just am too
uh,
awkward to quit.
that's the one where the one guy plays as the girl, right? And he's like
Yeah,
extra
it's
horny and angry.
weird. Yeah, weird, horny, and it's like, yeah.
He's
Although I
like,
don't have much room to speak because I tried to flirt with a half orc in a game I played yesterday, so I don't have room to talk.
yeah, but that doesn't sound as intense as what you've told me about this guy. So
No, I was just like, the orc was hitting on like the half orc in our party, and she was like, "I don't know about this." I'm like, "I do, fucking let me get in." And then she's like, "Okay, I changed my mind." So it was like a fun like love triangle for a session.
that's pretty fun, actually.
Yeah,
I always feel weird just like randomly hitting on NPCs and stuff, so I almost never do it.
yeah. Well, you would also have to deal with whatever my idea of flirting is. So
Right.
don't
Which I
do
mean
that.
could be fun. I feel like if anyone's gonna flirt or hit on anyone in the games that we play, it's gonna be Dylan. But and he'll be in dog form, so it'll be even worse.
It would be adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think Dylan can flirt adorably. He'd make it weird. Not speaking from experience, I don't know how he actually flirts with women that he wants to be with. But fake flirting would probably be.
Yeah. I mean, a dog that winks, it would be fine.
That's true. You know Dylan wouldn't just do that though.
Yeah, it'd be fun though.
Yeah. Yeah, what else? I don't know if I've been playing much else. Me and Dylan played Far Cry 5 a little bit co-op. That was fun, but I'm having more fun with everything else. Like, I'm having more fun in Apex. I'm having more fun in Destiny. Probably going to play more Destiny 2 today. Oh, when I work out, if I work out inside on the elliptical, I play Smash. Because I can use the Joy-Cons and still go
Keep going, yeah.
without falling over. So I've been doing that.
Yeah. I've been trying to play through some of the games I got on the Equality bundle. I just played through all of Speed Dating for Ghosts yesterday.
I want to look up some screenshots for that.
It's another game that I would have fun streaming.
Ooh.
Let's see. There's a game called Underhero on there where basically you play as like, oh, the hero's dead, and now one of the big bad evil guy's minions has to be the hero. I'm like, okay, that sounds like an interesting concept
Oh, the art style looks cool.
of Underhero.
Yeah, it's like a side
Yeah,
scroller.
yeah, it
Underhero, an
looks cool,
RPG
and I got it for
platformer.
$5.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
looks cool.
really
He's talking to
beat
this
that.
rock creature in a sombrero.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, I need to go
There's
do this
also
because I haven't bought this bundle yet, and I need to. Even just as like the donation, if I only play a game here or there. The good cause is the whole point of it. You just also get
there's
games.
also mid boss in there, which is like a roguelike where you possess the enemies you fight and you get their abilities.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I just downloaded a ton of these games and I'm gonna play through them. There's also a ton of like tabletop games in that bundle that are looks good.
Yeah, so this offer is only good for another day and a half, it looks like.
So get on it,
So
people.
its goal was 5 million, and it's gotten 6.5 million.
Hell yeah.
So it's crushing. Yeah, average contribution is $10. So yeah, minimum is 5. You can obviously contribute as much as you can.
Drop 1,000.
Yeah, if you can
Do it,
afford it.
bitch. You won't.
Yeah, like
Just
there's
nebulously to the internet.
so many games here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2064. I never played that. That one looked cool though. The read-only memories.
Yes, I love that game. I got it when it was a PlayStation Plus
Plus
game,
game.
and it was
Okay.
totally worth it.
One Night Stand. I remember looked interesting.
Yeah, I think I played a demo of it. It was okay.
That gave me fuck. There was a phone game. Florence, I think. It gives me Florence vibes. Florence was
Yeah.
really good.
I also played Florence. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Florence a lot. Just kind of scrolling down this list. Oh, this looks cool. Adoin? Anoinden? Anodyne. I don't know how to say that.
Anodyne?
Anodyne? That's it. That sounds right. That gives me like older Legend of Zelda vibes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in this Zelda-like game, explore the wondrous dream world of the human young. Depth of Extinction, that looks cool. Looks like a tactical. A lot of them look cool. And for $5, like goddamn. Dungeons and
Literally 1,000
Lesbians.
games.
Let's see. Mildly dating your BFFs in the midst of a game of D&D. Have you seen that?
I have, and if you think for a second I haven't downloaded it, you're fucking wrong.
Social Justice Warriors, a satirical role-playing game that translates the standard medieval fantasy heroes of role-playing. That seems cool too.
Yeah.
A lot of these seem cool. There's so many games here. Alright, well, we could look at this list forever. But yeah, I will link this in the video when I post it on YouTube as well. So we'll do an outro here. Thanks so much for hosting, Gary.
No problems. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Have to do some guest hosting or do some other stuff too on stream. I haven't streamed anything but the show. I haven't streamed games in forever. But yeah. I have been
If you
Brandon.
guys ever need someone to talk, like if there's ever a week where there's only weeb shit coming out, I can come in and tell you what's
We'll bring
up.
you on. Yeah, we can do 3 people too. So even if we're all just talking like Last of Us 2 or Spider-Man, or yeah, there's a
I think
weeb
I am
game.
actually going to play Spider-Man as soon as we're done with this.
Hell yeah. God, Spider-Man's so good. Yeah. Alright, so this is normally Brandon and Ryan Game Talk, but Gary's here. Do you want to pimp your shit? Where can people find you?
You can find me pretty much Gartandilus everywhere. GarTandilus. And then on Twitch, I'm Tivrel, Tyvrel.
Yeah.
Was a D&D character name. It's now my handle there.
That works. All right. Well, yeah, you can find us every Sunday, again, twitch.tv/LairdBrandon. That is also the YouTube is Laird Brandon. Twitter is LRD, and Instagram is LRD Brandon as well. So, yeah. This has been Brandon and Ryan Game Talk with Gary. We will see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Ciao.